Hello students, welcome to lesson 2, chapter 10 straight lines. In the last lesson we have started studying straight line and we have studied some of the basics. Let us continue in this lesson. Let us first recall what we have done. First one is we have studied slope of a line. So definition was this: if theta is the inclination of a line L, then tan theta is called the slope of the line L. For example, in the diagram, L makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, then tan of that theta, that is tan theta, will be equal to m. It is denoted by m. So this is one thing we studied. Second one, slope of a line passing through two given points. We have studied this one. This was the formula: m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So these are the two important concepts we studied in the last class. Let us proceed today with some more concepts. So let us study the following things in this present lesson. First one is condition for parallel and perpendicular lines. We are deriving the conditions for these two. That is, when two lines are parallel, what is the condition? When two lines are perpendicular, what is the condition? In terms of course, slopes. Second one is angle between two lines we are finding. Then collinearity of two lines. Of course, this we will study in the next class. But these are the three important concepts. So you have to remember these three together actually. Condition for parallel, condition for perpendicular, angle between two lines, then collinearity. Collinearity I will take in the next class because these first two concepts are very major concepts. We have to derive the equation, condition, and then we have to solve some problems. Then in the next class, let me take collinearity. Then we will take the exercise problems. So that is the first set, that is related to slope of line. Now, condition for parallel lines. Let us consider a coordinate system with the origin O and x-axis, y-axis. Take a line L, say L1, and another line L2. So these two are parallel. So let L1 and L2 be two lines which are parallel. Then suppose L1 is making an angle alpha. So with x-axis, that is positive direction of x-axis, and L2 is making beta with the positive direction of x-axis. Since they are parallel, L1 is parallel to L2. So what is the condition? Alpha and beta must be equal. This we have studied in geometry. When two lines are parallel and there is a transversal, actually x-axis becomes the transversal, no? And the corresponding angles are equal. Therefore, alpha and beta are equal. Therefore, see, this implies tan alpha must be equal to tan beta when you take tan. But what is tan alpha? That is m1. And what is tan beta? m2. m1 is the slope of the first line. m2 is the slope of the second line. Therefore, if two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. This you have to remember. Therefore, the condition for parallel lines is their slopes are equal. This is first condition. Next, condition for perpendicular lines. Let us consider a coordinate system. Let L1 and L2 be perpendicular. So let me show the diagram. This is L1, first line, and this is perpendicular to another line L2. So perpendicular. Now let L1 make an angle alpha with the positive direction of x-axis, and L1 make an angle alpha, and L2 make an angle beta with the positive direction of x-axis. So these are the two. Now, if you remember the geometrical property, beta will be equal to 90 plus alpha, because in the triangle alpha is one angle and another angle is 90 degree. Where the two lines are intersecting, a triangle is formed and that angle is 90. And do you know that exterior angle will be equal to sum of the interior angle? Therefore, beta is the exterior angle that will be equal to alpha plus 90. So this is the property. Therefore, now take tan on both sides. Tan beta will be equal to tan of 90 plus alpha. And in trigonometry, you have studied this property, allied angle rules. Tan 90 plus alpha is minus cot alpha, because 90 plus alpha is more than, it is in the second quadrant actually, and in second quadrant tan is negative, and 90 plus alpha, 90 means tan ratio becomes cot ratio, therefore it is minus cot alpha. But this we can write minus 1 by tan alpha. Minus cot alpha can also be written as minus 1 by tan alpha. Therefore, when you cross multiply, you get tan alpha into tan beta will be equal to minus 1. Now, what is tan alpha? Tan alpha is m1 and tan beta is m2. Therefore, m1 into m2 is minus 1, where m1 is the slope of the first line, m2 is the slope of the second line. So, thus, if two lines are perpendicular, then the condition is m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. This you should remember. So, the first one is condition for parallel lines, that is m1 equal to m2. And the second one is condition for perpendicular lines, that is m1 into m2 equal to minus 1, where m1 is the slope of the first line, m2 is the slope of the second line. Next, angle between two lines. This is the third concept. Therefore, in this lesson, I have not included the last one, that is the collinearity, that we shall take in the next class. But this is the third concept we have to study, angle between two lines. So, consider a coordinate system as before. Let L1 be the line making an angle alpha. Look here, L1 is the line which makes an angle alpha with the positive direction of x-axis. Now, let L2 be the line making an angle beta. So, here L2 is the line which makes an angle beta with the positive direction of x-axis. Note here, they are not perpendicular, it can be any angle. Now, slope of L1, this is m1, and we know that this is equal to tan alpha. And similarly, slope of L2 will be equal to m2, this is will be equal to tan beta. Now, let theta be the angle between L1 and L2. I have taken this angle theta. So, now once again, as before, alpha plus theta will be equal to beta, because beta is the exterior angle, that will be equal to sum of the interior angle, opposite interior angle. One is alpha, another one is theta. Therefore, alpha plus theta will be equal to beta. This is the property from geometry. Therefore, theta will be equal to beta minus alpha, taking alpha right hand side. Now take tan. Therefore, tan theta will be equal to tan of beta minus alpha. But we know the property, formula for tan beta minus alpha is tan beta minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus tan beta tan alpha. Of course, this we can substitute m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m2 m1, because m1 is tan alpha and m2 is tan beta. Therefore, if theta is acute, here the problem is theta can be both acute and obtuse. If it theta, even otherwise also, whenever two lines intersect, one will be theta, other angle will be, because linear pair, 180 minus theta. So if theta is acute, 180 minus theta is obtuse. If theta is obtuse, 180 minus theta is acute. Therefore, we are talking about the acute angle. In this case, what you have to do is, we have to ignore the sign. So we have to put mod. That means, if you get negative value, you take only positive value, and that positive value will give you the acute angle, because always there will be two angles, linear pair. One is acute angle, one is obtuse angle. So this is the formula. Therefore, you have to remember this as the formula, tan theta equal to m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2. So this is the angle between lines. Now, of course, once again, with this also we can find a condition for parallel and condition for perpendicular, but that is not necessary once again, because we have already studied them separately, parallel condition and perpendicular condition. Now let us take example. If the angle between two lines is pi by 4 and the slope of one line is 1 by 2, find the slope of the other line. So what is given is m1 equal to 1 by 2, that is given, and theta is pi by 4. So the angle between the line, and what is required is what is m2. Let us take m2 as m. So we have to calculate m. Therefore now tan pi by 4 because theta equal to m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2. Of course you have to take mod. So now substitute. This will be equal to m minus 1 by 2 divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into m, because m1 is 1 by 2. Therefore substitute m1, and m2 we have taken as m. Therefore m minus 1 by 2 divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into m. This you have to simplify. Tan pi by 4 is 1, we know, left hand side becomes 1. That is equal to, simplify by taking LCM, it becomes 2m minus 1 by 2 plus m. Of course you have to take mod. Now therefore this implies plus or minus 1. When you remove mod, it will be plus or minus 1. 2m minus 1 by 2 plus m will be equal to plus or minus n. When you solve this one, that is you take first plus 1 and cross multiply, solve it, find the value of m, and that I have not shown here because calculation you can do yourself. Second one, take minus 1, once again cross multiply 2 plus m and find the value. So you get these two values. One is m equal to 3, another one is m equal to minus 1 by 3. So there are two lines possible with the same condition. So this is the first example. Example 2. Line through the point minus 2, 6 and 4, 8 is perpendicular to the line through the point 8, 12 and x 24. Find the value of x. So what is given is, let us take A as minus 2, 6, B as 4, 8 and C as 8, 12 and D as x 24. Now what is given is the line passing through AB is perpendicular to line passing through C and D. So these two lines are perpendicular. So this is given. Therefore how to find the value of x? So we have to find the value of x. So what we have to do is, first find slope of AB. Formula is slope m1, but we have to use 2-point formula, that is m equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So here A is first point, B is the second point, y2 minus y1 means 8 minus 6. Similarly x2 minus x1 is 4 minus minus 2. So simplify this one, you get 2 by 6, that is equal to 1 by 3. So this is m1. Similarly you have to calculate the value of CD, slope of CD. This will be equal to m2, and that will be equal to 24 minus 12 y2 minus y1 divided by x minus 8. So this we have to simplify, that is 12 by x minus 8. So now what is the condition? Slope of AB and slope of CD we have determined. They are perpendicular. Therefore the condition is m1 into m2 should be minus 1. Therefore now m1 into m2 is minus 1 implies 1 by 3, that is m1 into 12 divided by x minus 8. This should be equal to minus 1. Of course this should be simplified. So you have to solve this. Solving you get x equal to 4. So solution I have not shown. What you have to do, take 3 for example, 3 and 12 you can cancel. So 4 divided by x minus 8 equal to minus 1. Then simplify, cross multiply and simplify. So definitely you can do that part of the simplification. So we get x equal to 4. So this is the solution. Now let us sum up, because we have taken two important concepts and one more, that is angle between the lines. So the first one we studied today, if two lines are parallel then their slopes are equal. So that is m1 equal to m2. This is the case. That is alpha will be same because angle will be same. Therefore I have shown it as alpha. So tan alpha is equal to tan alpha. That is m1 equal to m2. This is the first thing we studied. If two lines are perpendicular, then condition is m1 into m2 is minus 1. So this is the diagram. So L1 is perpendicular to L2, then condition is m1 into m2 is minus 1. So this is the second concept we studied. And the third concept we studied was angle between the two lines. Tan theta equal to m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m2 m1 or m1 m2. Even you can take m1 minus m2 also, because mod is there. So m2 minus m1 or m2 minus m1 minus m2. So this is the diagram. Alpha and beta are the angle made by the lines, and theta is the angle between the lines. So then tan theta equal to m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m2 m1. So these are the important three major concepts we covered in this lesson. Thank you for watching this lesson. Purposely I have taken only three concepts. Let me take the collinearity in the next class, and then exercise problems. So there are a lot of problems in exercise that we have to complete. Hope you like this lesson. Definitely I will continue to upload the lessons as early as possible, because some students were asking me. I have started with the first chapter, sets I have completed, relations functions I have completed, then trigonometry also I have completed almost all. Only last portion, that is trigonometric equation, remaining. Then complex number, of course I have started, but I have left in the middle. But now I am taking straight lines, then conics also I will take. Then of course very important is limits and derivatives, those things. And definitely I will cover all the chapters. Of course it takes time, but definitely I will cover. Please watch all the lessons and get the benefit. And as you know, first PUC plays very important role. If you understand the concepts in the first PUC, second PUC maths becomes very, very simple and interesting. If you have difficulty with the first PUC, then second PUC becomes very difficult. Therefore my suggestion is, please watch all the lessons, because I have tried to make the lesson as simple as possible. Earlier I was taking video lessons. Now I have shifted to PPT, because in PPT I can show you all the steps very clearly, and it is easy for you to watch also. Therefore I have shifted. This is the shift, and this I will continue for the second piece also. As you know, I am already uploading all the lessons for second PUC also. Of course I am giving more priority because they are writing board examination. Definitely I will continue with first PUC, and definitely I hope you will follow me in watching the lesson and encourage me. Let us meet in the next lesson with collinearity. That's the next concept, and then exercise problems. Then we are actually going to forms of line, that is equation of line in different forms. This is a very simple, very interesting chapter, but if you trigonometric formula and other things you have to remember. Let us meet in the next class. Till then, bye, take care.